Oh my god, this day was absolutely insane. I'm not going to spoil anything because it should be a kind of a surprise as you will see down the road, but well, let's just say today has been a especially good day for hunting. It's been a very good day for PvP as
Autopilot
well.
disabled.
Overall, it's been amazing. It was fun. Long story short, it was extremely fun. Now, I've been trying to sell this ship. I've also been trying to sell the Megatron Navy, and yeah, obviously that did not work well. I guess no one wants to fly a 40 billion ISK Navy ship. I mean, when I saw the insurance price on my Megatron Navy, I don't know. Since when did my IP cost go up like twice? It used to be only 25 billion. Now it's like 50 billion. Yeah, I have no idea what I've done with the ship, but the same story goes with this thing. It became ridiculously expensive overnight. I have no idea what's happening. But maybe I missed something. I have no idea. Maybe I added some B types, A types. I don't know. In any case, let's just go to the first target for today. Now, the first target is going to be kind of a special ship. Well, I say special ship, a new ship. It is a Black Ops, and I've been waiting for one for, well, ever since they have been added to the game. I'm always out there waiting for new ships to pop in and to shoot them, but this Black Ops wasn't fortunate enough to log out in front of my alt. And this is kind of something like a dream coming true, where you're looking at a very expensive ship and that expensive ship just logs out in space. And my alt is equipped with a red scanner, it also has some guns, and it has a disruptor, so it is built to effectively scan down these ships and tackle them, which is exactly what I've done with my alt. And I'm warping to my alt. I wish that I recorded my alt's perspective, but because of the adrenaline rush and because I was really trying my best not to mess up anything, I didn't record
Warp drive
the alt
active.
screen, but the alt has managed to scan the target down, and well, we are on our way to the Black Ops, which is sleeping. Now, they have been on the gate for about 2 hours, and let me tell you, throughout these 2 hours, I think my pulse was like 150 constantly from the moment where the Black Ops spawned right up until the moment where I tackled it. Definitely a adrenaline pumping event for sure, and it is a Armageddon special ops, or well, as I like to call it, the Reedemer. It's much easier to just call it the Reedemer because it's easier to pronounce than Armageddon Special Ops. We might even call it Black Ops or Covert Ops, but it is the Black Ops battleship that we all know and love. Well, kind of very similar to it. Alright, now for this ship, I even did something that I usually never do. I actually sieged up, which is a very rare thing I do with navies, because usually the siege is basically useless against sub capitals, but since that ship is obviously not moving, I can just go full beast mode on it. And surprisingly, I actually expected a lot more armor. I expected this thing to be much more heavily armored, but apparently it doesn't have armor plates, which makes me curious to know what their build is, and I guess we will be finding that out very soon. In a couple moments here, but yeah, they are now in the hall. I actually thought that they will jump through the gate, but they didn't. I have no idea what they attempted to do or why they had this system as their destination, but the Black Ops, the Reedemer, has been blown up. And well, let's take a look. Yeah, I love how the ship's hull remains in space after we kill it. Oh, that's a nasty one. 28 billion. Now it had beam lasers and a build that kind of resembles a PvP build, although I'm not really sure what kind of PvP build was this. imagined to be. It has one module that I'm kind of not okay with. It had a tracking computer. Although it has a bonus on lasers, it shouldn't be focusing on lasers. Lasers are your secondary weapon. 90% of DPS comes from the drones. But overall, it kind of looked like a PvP kite build. So yeah, that's I think my first Black Ops skill. I don't know. I think it's my first Black Ops skill. And that was a juice one as well. Nice. And there we go. Ship explodes. Well, what were they attempting to do? It did look like a PvP build. I actually first thought it might be a Sino, since the ships can carry a Sino generator and they also can carry the covered Sino. But obviously there is no Sino in their build, so again, I have no idea what that ship was doing here. In any case, the ship has been blown up, and that was a very nice, juicy first kill for today. It's not the only one though, it's not the only juicy kill today, as you will see very soon, but it's definitely one of the better kills in the recent days. Very happy with the performance of this ship in general. I like the tank of the Tempest fleet. Maybe I actually have some ideas with tier 4 rigs that I may or may not include into the ship, but overall I can still improve some aspects of the ship to make it, you know, even tankier. Maybe the DPS can be improved, or you know, things like that. Next we have another relatively new ship, a Tristan Navy. Now these little ships are dangerous, and these little ships cost a fortune in IP cost. And always when I see these ships, I just have a grin on my face, because I know that's about to be a very juicy kill map. It might not drop much in loot. I mean, loot is secondary. I'm all in for the fun though, and let's see how much this little boat costs. Oh my god, 18.5 billion. F in the chat for sure. It was a PvP build. That's also a PvP Tristan, a kite Tristan Navy. I mean, these little boats are definitely dangerous, but they just cost too much in IP. Just look at the price. It definitely like costs like, I mean, it doesn't cost much on the market, but it's producing some juicy kill mails, and you know, a juicy kill mail is in most cases more worth than actual loot. But you know, it depends. Loot is also very nice. Now, here we have a Raven, well, almost said Raven Navy. It's a Raven Striker. Now, that Raven is part of a fleet that does come around sometimes, and one of them is, I think, in the system next door. I'm in the bubble. Now, this bubble, I haven't really upgraded this ship much. I thought to actually still have plans to buy several of these ships, and I might have one bubble ship for different situations, different purposes. When I'm solo, probably be more of a DPS bubble. When I'm playing in a fleet, then might be the tanky bubble. I mean, both will have their respective use. Now this bubble is quite tanky, and I think it's a active tank, although I'm not too entirely sure what build they have, but I guess we'll be finding that out very soon. My job as a bubble is to keep the ship in the bubble, and the goal is to prevent them from warping away. Now I also kind of want to try out a different new build with this ship. Maybe using the large, yeah, definitely will fit large artillery in a cruiser. But I definitely want to extend the range on this ship, because right now, as you can see, I'm not doing much damage to the Raven, which is to be expected since I'm using autocannons. But as a bubble, I'm doing a good job. Well, I did a good job as a bubble. Prevented the Raven from warping off. Now you might wonder, why did I lock on my friend there? Well, had to make sure that their ship is not getting wrecked. So if they were getting wrecked, I would have dropped bubble and let them warp out.
Autopilot
but thankfully
engaged.
that wasn't happening. So there was no need for me to drop the bubble, and that was a good kill. Now let's take a look at the build. Okay, so 3 shield boosters. Haven't seen a build like this in a while. 3 shield boosters might be a very interesting idea, but it is very capacitor heavy, and I believe the Raven Striker has lost capacitor, so that's probably the reason why their ship went down. Now a little bit later, like a minute or two later, the other member of the fleet has also appeared, this time in a Armageddon. Now the Armageddon is a nice little boat. It can be quite scary, especially with the bomber tactic implant. Now my little ship here it's well armored, well tanky. It has some good shield, so I'm not really worried about the bomber tactic implant. After all, I have the damage control and I have a lot of hit points as well, so not really a big issue. However, with the Armageddon, the problem is the electronic warfare, the neutralizers. The Rupture Interdictor or the Broadsword here has one of the worst capacitors out of any bubble cruiser in the game. So the capacitor is the only problem that I have with this thing, and the only problem in general that I'm kind of worried about with this particular ship. And maybe the low capacitor performance of this ship will kind of maybe make me buy the Mallard, which is a very good ship, has some good active tank, but at the same time it also has a much better capacitor. Or I might sacrifice a bit of my tank and basically add a bit of capacitor batteries. Now I have dropped the bubble because my friend needs to land on the gate, so I am going to be here for as long as I can, basically acting as a bait. Now my shield is going down. I have to say that shield held very well. That shield held very well for a passive tank. Now my armor can also hold quite a bit. They are using the thermal drones, which have good DPS, but on armor I have some decent thermal resistance, so it did buy enough time, and my friend has landed, and that ship is now pointed. I'll be back. As you can see, the main issue with this thing is the capacitor. The passive tank held really well against the battleship, held really well against the drones, so can't really complain about the shield tank on this ship. Can of course be better. I think I still haven't equipped my shield extended general unit, which can extend the shield by up to 25 to 30% depending on which general unit I use, but I'm pretty happy with the result on this little boat. But the capacitor again has been the main issue with this ship, and again the Armageddon is kind of a ship that you don't fight with cruisers because it just will kill your capacitor. It's a very nice ship for electronic warfare, so maybe a Ortos, but still the Armageddon has a very good range, so you will still get capped with the Ortos even at long distances, and of course drones, so definitely not a ship that you can fight that well with a cruiser. Maybe the Ashimo might be able to pull it off, maybe the Phantasm or some of the other tanky cruisers, but this one is not really suitable for battleships like the Armageddon. It's not really suitable for electronic warfare boats or boats that in general have drones or Nostratus or neutralizers. Well, not exactly Nostratus, but neutralizers. Neutralizers are definitely a problem. And well, the Armageddon has been blown up. I basically bought enough time to basically be bait until my friend lands with the ship, and there was some very good teamwork there. I kind of know the estimated time of arrival of their ships, since we've been here for quite a bit. I kind of already memorized all the warp speed of all the warp speed of my friend's ships. And let me take a look at the wreck. Well, it definitely feel like a tanky Armageddon. Very interested to see the builds, and I have to repair the ship, and we'll have to drop off the loot. Well, that was fun. Honestly, this little boat is very fun. I've had I had a blast with the Rapture. It is a very agile and a very nice little ship. After all, it's one of my one of my first battleships. Not the official first one, since the actual first one was a Thorax, which wasn't my ship, but my friend borrowed it. Haven't really used it for bubbling much, but this one is my actual first ship that I actually bought with my own ISK. Alright, well, let's see. Now, there was a Stratios somewhere around that landed in the bubble. I love how sometimes when the Stratios lands at 0, or any other cloaky ship lands at 0 and they still cloak, even though they technically should not be able to cloak, because the cloaking device doesn't work once you are very close to any objects, although sometimes apparently it does work. So I don't know what's up with that, but it's a very funny little bug. Maybe a bug, maybe not, I don't know, but I know for a fact that a cloaking device should not work if you have anything around 2 kilometers to 2.5 kilometers away from your ship. Basically, that's the edge of your cloak. If something is closer than that, the cloaking device is not going to work. But in this case, apparently it works. I'm orbiting very close to my friends, and the Stratios was really close to that. And the Stratios isn't a fast ship, so they should be close around somewhere, but they're not getting cloaked. So yeah, that's kind of funny. And they didn't use a micro warp or an afterburner because they literally were at 0 from my friend, but
autopilot
it cloaked
engaged
somehow. So yeah, that kind of happened, but it's fine. Maybe they decloak, maybe not, who knows. I'll just go back to my little position there. Okay, well, we are going to the next target. The Stratios decloaked and cloaked again. So we were kind of playing catch the Stratios with our ships here. Okay, let's wait for the next targets to arrive. Actually, there we go. It's a Hound to a Bomber. Okay. I actually thought about using a micro warp drive instead of an afterburner. I actually still prefer the dual propulsion build on this ship, since you get both speed and speed tank against battleships. I only use the afterburner because it allows me to speed tank battleships and speed tank assault battlecruisers, because their weapons can be, easily evaded if you maintain a stable close-range orbit that's too close for the weapons. And so far, it's been working really well with my ships. Well, been working really well with this ship, since I've already speed tanked a bunch of it.
Engaged.
And I'm very happy with the overall results with the afterburner. The speed is not that bad. It can be... It can feel kind of slow at times, but that's just because of my rigs. And the rigs I have, just how I bought the ship from the contracts. So I haven't really done much adjustments to the rigs. Maybe I just changed the combat rigs, because I didn't really know what to put in the engineering rigs. That was a nice little bomber kill, by the way. But we will see. Maybe I do change the rigs again on this ship. Maybe I get a second one. We will see. I mean, there's just so many different builds that you can do with this ship. However, the dual propulsion build definitely... I kind of felt safe. It didn't feel as tanky, but I was able to tackle fast ships and I was able to speed tank big ships. It was kind of a beautiful middle point with this bubble ship. But at the same time, I kind of really like to have a bit more tank. Tank is very important, and tank definitely saved the ship multiple times. Well, I say saved. Definitely helped a lot to make the ship robust. And I even thought about using integrations for tank, so that might happen to make this thing extra tanky. We will see what I'll do. And that was a funny kill. That battlecruiser basically got popped. The Panther just is a very nice sniping ship, and we have a bunch of them, a bunch of snipers. 286 million. Well, not a bad kill value. It's pretty good. I'll take it. And the loot was also pretty decent. It did have a story mission inside car hold, so I'll take it. Always nice. Now we have a incoming Ashimo. As I mentioned before, there are a couple of ships that are not really suitable for this ship in a 1v1 scenario. Blood Raiders, some of the drone boats, if not all the drone boat battleships, and ships like the Armageddon with neutralizers. They're tricky ships to fight with this ship, and usually you are at a big disadvantage. The Ashimo is also one such ship, and in this case this is one very lucky Ashimo. I say very lucky because they spawned right where they can easily just dock, and they also yeah, that was a very lucky spawn for the Ashimo. They spawned right below. If they spawned above, they wouldn't be able to warp off that easily, but that's fine, it happens. I mean, you can't really complain about luck, especially after the first like 2 kills today. So yeah, I can't really complain about having no luck. I guess would be kind of funny to, you know, complain about luck after catching a sleepy Black Ops. Let's go to the next target here. Yeah, that was a very lucky Ashimo for sure. But you know, there's going to be more. Sometimes you catch ships, sometimes you don't. It's just, you know, part of the game, and I'm fine with missing ships, especially after having like 50 billion kills in the first 10 minutes of logging in. Yeah, that's that was beautiful, actually. I just and a fun fact about the start of the video: I logged in, and in the first 10 minutes, those kills dropped basically. So it was kind of funny. Well, I say first 10 minutes. I have been waiting for a while for that Black Ops to, you know, to log out, but 10 minutes after the Black Ops kill, the Navy showed up. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was a pretty good catch and a pretty good kill there. Well then, let's see if some more ships pop in. Hoping that the Ashimo does try to return to the gate. Well, probably not. Would be very funny if they do warp back to the gate. That would be kind of, you know, something that I don't really expect to happen, although it did happen in the past. Although the most hilarious thing is when you write in local that the gate is clear and your target actually believes you, and they do come back to the gate, and then you kill them. That happened many times before, and it still is very funny when it happens, because you don't really expect someone to fall for such a bait, yet sometimes it actually works. So you can always try out all sorts of different tricks with the local. I mean, when I say tricks, I mean, you know, tell them that you're warping or docking or something. They might believe in. They might warp back to the gate, and then that's when you kill them. That's the, you know, all that is just part of the fun. Okay, let's see. We have a Nerus. Alright, fair enough. Maybe drop something good. I don't know how long it has been since I've had a very good loot drop with a transport ship. Actually, I think I had one. I think I had a 7.5 billion ISK Tyra like a week ago or something. Yeah, I think it happened like a week ago or something. It dropped faction drones. I don't think I recorded that one. It's funny because when I choose not to record, that's when the juicy targets drop. When it comes to the transport ships, but when I record a transport ship, usually doesn't drop. It doesn't drop anything, or it's not a interesting kill. So that's why I have the habit of basically recording everything, because you never really know what can happen. I mean, so maybe one day it just drops a dreadnought or carrier or something. Who knows? Maybe a freighter pops in and drops all sorts of good stuff. So always, I should always have the record button on standby. You never know what you can get from any ship, basically. Or sometimes it happens that you log in and you will see a Black Ops served on a golden plate. That also happens. And to be honest, I did not expect a Black Ops. I honestly did not. I knew it would happen. Although I believe that if it would happen, it would be when I'm sleeping, because that's usually when the juicy stuff comes in. The juicy stuff comes in when I'm sleeping usually. But in this rare occasion, it actually happened when I was wide awake. So yeah, I guess it happens, but who knows when the next one will happen. That was also a pretty good kill, I guess. I'm not going to complain. A kill is a kill in the end. After all, I have like over 8,000. I forgot what the bot has reported. Actually, pretty solid, a pretty solid number. Although I'm more interested in the participated battles. That's where the good stuff is at. But maybe that's the next thing we will see. We have a Stratio, that's the second one, and this one also escaped. Oh, come on. Well, I guess I'm not that lucky with the stealthy Stratio ships anymore, and they burned back to the gate, so that's okay. They burned back to the gate with a micro wargrave. That's engaged. The reason why I couldn't catch them. It's fine. That Stratios was actually exploring. I was looking at them in the other system with my ult. They were exploring. That's why I knew that it could have potentially be a very good target. Next we have a prophecy. Although this prophecy will be blown up pretty quickly. Fun fact, 2 weeks ago we had a 2.5 billion ISK prophecy, fully integrated and with very expensive scanners. And of course, you guessed it, I haven't recorded that one because I thought it's gonna be just your average prophecy, but I was wrong. Just proves once again that you should always record everything. If you're recording battles, I mean, if you're doing what I'm doing, always record, because you never know what you can find from. You never know what build you will see, or what target, what they have equipped. Could be a juicy target. And of course, my game crashed when I was about to do something silly. You're about to see something very funny. We're about to go eat something, and I haven't been flying the Trollnado in a while. One of my, if not my most favorite battlecruiser in the game. And we have a AFK frigate on the gates. You know what that means. Trollnado in Lowsec with a AFK frigate on the gate. You know what that means. It is eating time. And yes, it will cost me the ship, but it's part of the fun. I'm definitely down to sacrifice my ship for a good kill. If it has to happen, it will happen. And we have a AFK worm at the gate. So yeah, there we go. Back in the game. And now let's go to the gate. Now this thing is ridiculously cheap. I don't even have all the modules equipped on this thing. Basically, its only purpose for this ship is to be used to yeet AFK frigates on the gate. And it's the thing that I love to do with the Trollnado. It's that's why it's called the Trollnado, because it trolls in Lowsec. Might even get the sniper implant for it, just so I can make this thing even more potent, even more lethal. But we will see. I'm pretty happy with the current performance. It doesn't even have a core. It has enough alpha damage for all the frigates just to pop them, so it's not going to be breaking the bank. And I have lots of IP, so I can do this all day long basically. I'm not gonna feel the loss at all. And especially if it's a good kill, I get a good laugh out of it. and you know it's fun to do. It's fun to eat in low sec like this. There we go. That's the wrong. Not the Astero. I'm not talking about the Astero. Don't worry. I'm not gonna kill my friend. I'm gonna go after that worm. All right. Let's stop the ship. And 1, 2, 3. Come on, luck. And there we go. Worm has been popped. Beautiful. And I have been popped as well. Because, you know, eye for an eye. You have to sacrifice your ship if you don't want to get... I mean, imagine if I know the trick. I know the trick, don't worry. I am well aware of the tricks. But if I do that trick, I'm gonna get reported by the salty folks, because that's what salty folks do. I do something funny and they straight go for the report button. And that was actually fun. That was funny. ISK positive. That's the most important part. Is positive. My friend will collect my wreck, and my friend will also collect the worm's wreck. And now I can go back to the station and just laugh at the the yeet here, because it's funny. I actually love to do this. Believe it or not, I love to yeet like this at low sec. It's funny. If it's positive, it's just a win-win, honestly. And here you can take a look at the loss, 224 million. Cheap, very cheap. And yeah, definitely not going to break the bank, that's for sure. I mean, that's just a ridiculously cheap. Let's say ridiculously cheap assault yeet battlecruiser. Anyway, that will be it for today. It was a very fun little run today. Honestly, I had a blast. It's been ridiculously fun for sure. And definitely looking forward to see more very nice ships in the future. Well, when I say very nice ships, I'm definitely looking forward to have a chance to shoot at some very nice ships, as we had the chance to today. And well, with that means I hope you guys enjoyed. If you would like to support me, feel free to like and subscribe. And with that being said, stay safe, fly safe, and as always, I'll see you next time.